Yours, really. Not yours, Rosie.
All right,
Okay, let's start with that.
all right, ready? Welcome to Stitch and Stuff. I'm Sarah,
I'm Kim.
and these are my three girls, and we're glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. We thought we'd try putting them in our opener because they all three have stuff to share. You want to say your names?
I'm Lady. I'm Millie. I'm Rosie.
Millie's
Oh.
eating pizza. And
Mouth closed. Chew with your mouth closed.
we're a mother, mother-daughter, and mother-daughters. Flosstube. There you go.
On opposite sides of Washington State.
Yes, that's right. So that's why we're on Zoom.
Are you coming over next weekend still?
Yes,
We get to record in person.
I know. Won't that be nice?
Yeah.
We're coming over next Saturday, so we'll record sometime. Today is actually Saturday, July 31st. We decided to record a day early because we're getting together tomorrow, meeting midway between our places to have dinner before my youngest brother moves to Indiana with his new wife. So we thought we would I asked if we could meet midway so that we could all drive part of the way. So anyways, we're recording today.
We are. Yes, we are. It's been a week.
In a week. Let's see. Do you want to start with? We don't have a featured friends today. Nobody sent one in. So if you are interested in us featuring something, I know.
Send us something.
So send us something. We want to share your work. My voice is a little bit weird again. I mean, it's still weird, but it really does vary kind of day by day, or even like, I don't know. It changes even through the course of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my best, but it's taking a lot of effort to kind of talk today.
Well, if we don't have featured friends, we just feature the girls right now.
Do the girls. But Rosie wanted to go first. Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
Oh, there's our not very beautiful dog.
Dobby. Hi, Dobby.
We call her our little gremlin.
Her name's
Hi, Emmy. You can't help it.
She can't help it. She could be a little less neurotic. She could probably help that. Ow.
Probably not. She is a dog.
I think she might have a mood disorder. I think she has upswings and downswings like someone like bipolar.
Have you ever seen that movie, by the way, Fools Rush In?
No, I
It's
haven't.
scary. I watched it the other night. There's a scene where he walks into a house and a dog like Emmy runs up that he doesn't know. It turns out that it's his wife's dog that he just married and he doesn't know her at all. And it's grabbing onto his leg, and the room is full of her family, and they're very loud, a very loud Latino family that's just partying, and they don't even notice him walking in, and he's shaking his leg. Dog, ugly, no, not even dog, ugly thing, biting me. And he's kicking his leg. Ugly thing. He's pulling it around. That reminded me of Emmy, but she's not that ugly. She's just not my cup of tea.
Maybe not as ugly as she could be.
Yeah.
We do love her. Deep down, I even love her.
You don't act like
She loves you.
I act like it. I'm nice.
Emmy. Hi, Emmy.
For this thing.
Yeah.
But we have another dog that's my favorite. Okay, Rosie is ready. Do you have your pad? Do you have your
We should have Rosie. What could it be? I haven't seen you for a while on this
No,
Flosstube.
Rosie hasn't had anything to share for a while. I was so happy that she pulled this out. Rosie has a flair for drama, so maybe we can just all help you.
Oh, it's your birthday present that I gave you. The Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery girl.
So she started on that white border and kind of fizzled out, and I said, why don't I start on some color, something with color?
Yeah.
So, shall we?
I feel you on the border thing.
I know. So you can maybe do
Oh.
see the white on it, can you?
Yeah, I can see a little. Oh, yeah, we can see the white, and there's a cute little heart. Oh, good job, Ro.
Pretty small count for her. I think it's the smallest count she's done. I can't remember if it's,
I think I got them 18 count.
it looks like 18 to me. So I
Yeah.
think she's never done anything smaller than 14. So she's doing great. The small,
Yeah.
I think it's really small. Huh? Do you think it's harder to do or no? No, not too much harder. It's so pretty. It's going to be adorable when it's done.
I'm waiting for a package.
Huh?
I'm waiting for a package that I can share on this Flosstube, but it says it's out for delivery, but I can't track it. It's an Etsy order.
Oh, so it might not be here yet.
Yeah, my mail isn't here yet. Our mail, we lost our mailman, so we're the last. We're like on the end of his route. What?
Millie's very excited over here. I don't know if you can hear her like jumping and.
No, but I know what she's excited about.
So she got to start her Swan Princess.
Yay.
What did we do this week, Millie? Talk about it. Tell us the story.
fabric.
And how?
I know.
Well, what kind of dyeing did we do? What did we use?
Coffee.
And coffee and tea. So we dyed it. This was that blue that we showed last week. Let me see if. Hang on.
It still has the blue. You can still see some of the blue.
Maybe the
Oh, look.
like kind of, here I have an idea. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Well, I like the way that turned out, and that gave you kind of that grungy look you were looking for.
Here I'm changing because usually I kind of have a warmer filter on because my light isn't always.
Wait, can you hold up the pattern again so I can see the original fabric that she was trying to go for?
Smells good.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could obviously you're not going to get that look, but you got something just as good. I know, I love it when I coffee tea dye fabric. You kind of want to drink it.
That color coming, okay. And
Oh yeah, pull it away a little bit. Yeah, I can see the modeling. Oh yeah, especially over on that one side.
yeah, so we did that together. And then what?
Hold it up close.
Hold it up close. Okay. Am I holding it upside down?
No.
Was this right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me fold it down a little so we can see.
Millie is our little project stitcher, man. She's whips through these babies.
Look how far she's gotten already.
I started it last night. I did that, and I'm doing the wing right there.
Oh, what are those keys? Were they keys on her?
They're little flowers, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they're like a.
Pattern up again. Let me see the pattern again. Okay. Oh,
Little leaf.
that's gonna look really pretty on your fabric, Mill.
That white for the swan is going to be nice and bright. It'd be 5200 rather than plain white. So
Yeah.
it's really pop,
It'll pop.
really nice. She was very excited.
It's always fun. It's always fun to start a new project, and then when you get to do your fabric like that, it's even extra special. I haven't tea dyed anything for a while. I haven't had anything, but fall's coming. I tend to tea dye my fall stuff.
Yeah, I hadn't really tea dyed anything for a while either. I think Millie's going to look for a paw holder she made as well. So in the meantime, Liddy can share hers.
Liddy, we haven't seen you forever either.
I have a new start.
You have a new start because you finished your Harry Potter last time. Oh, is that the kit I bought them at Threadneedle?
Yeah.
Wait,
And it's got the wool thread, right?
It does have the wool thread like my sunflowers.
Uh-huh.
You'll
I think
see.
the Riola's kits do.
Yeah. So we made a little progress, huh?
I started it when we were almost
Just
done.
last night. Here.
Last night. What were you doing last night?
Just reading.
Good job. Start.
So this
You were
is back, right? Her is. Oh, his neck. She started right.
right there in the middle. Cute. That's going to be super cute. What are you guys reading out loud? Harry Potter?
Harry Potter. 5th book.
Good job.
You finally get to read the 5th book?
It's long, huh?
That was one of my favorites, I think. The 5th and the 7th, I think, were my favorites.
Do you have anything else?
I have something.
Millie has something she made. One more thing.
Okay. Oh, pretty. Pot holder.
Maybe not. Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay, and Liddy made one more thing.
Who did?
The Loom Bands all came out this week. Is that what these are called? What do we call these?
I can call them that.
Loom Bands?
Yeah. That one of their summer boredom, entertain yourself days.
And I did stick, there's a few coming to Heather Miller that were supposed to go to you like a very long time ago, but I sent them and they came back because I accidentally misaddressed. And it went to Canada. And so it took forever to come back to me. Okay, go ahead and show it. Liddy created this. of her own brain, like came up with this.
Oh, it's a cute little headband
Very nicely.
out of the loopy things. Cute. Well, that's a new use for those. And you guys always could use new headbands, huh?
Yeah,
I like your colors. Yeah, good job.
really cute.
Okay, I'm going to.
Cute and functional.
Show it if you want to show it.
You just did. Oh, up close. Pretty. I like it. You guys are just so creative.
All right. For an hour.
Huh? Oh,
Melvin, it said sure for an hour. I'll change my filter back. It's just me. So now it's just us. So quiet. Quiet on the Western Front.
uh,
I was proud of them for all having something that they worked on this week.
yeah.
Not a huge amount of stuff, but it was a
Well,
lot.
I feel like your guys' life, you know, your girls are older now and you're kind of not embroiled in what you were embroiled in before. You weren't so restricted. You're not so restricted. I feel like you, I mean, when they were little, you just were at home more. And so I think you have that dog days of summer feeling more, but now when they get to the ages that your girls are at, you don't really get that long summer days with nothing to do. I mean, you have them, but not in as long as stretches as they are when they're littler.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, then they are pulling out stuff to do, but it's like stuff of their own, which is great. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't ask to show the stuff they were painting the other day because we had an extra box. So Aunt Nancy sent us a package, which I'll show a little bit later, some of what she sent. But they cut up the box and used the cardboard to make bookmarks, and they painted them all like with watercolors with all these fancy like little sayings and all this stuff. And then they used yarn to make tassels. So they're still doing stuff. It's just different stuff, and it's whatever they kind of at the moment.
Right. But I feel like you're just on the go more, you know, like you still have ballet going on and you've had the camps and you're just busier and it happens. It's normal.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we are busier.
Mhm.
And we are in a healthy community with activities and stuff that we're kind of going to now and then, and park days and stuff like that. So it has been, well, it feels like it's been a busy summer, but this week is kind of slower. We still have ballet, but I don't have any doctor's appointments this week finally. And
Yeah. Well, I don't have any children, but I haven't had the dog days of summer yet either.
yeah, well, you had the wedding and
Yeah, it's just been kind of well, you know, it's not nonstop, but last week I did my coworker's job because she was on vacation. So I did mine and hers. So that meant overtime hours, which I don't really care to have. I don't make that much money that a few overtime hours is going to make that big of a difference, but it does make a difference in my time.
yeah,
And my personal time because it eats into that. So between that and apparently I had told Sarah this, I had agreed a long time ago to do a homemade pizza night with my son's in-laws, Sam's new in-laws, because apparently, well, during the pandemic, I made pizza every Friday night and they were living with us, Sam and Ashley, and they looked forward to it. And we all did. And then we, you know, watch movies or whatever. When they moved out last June, they would come up on Friday nights often to have pizza. And apparently Sam they talked about our pizza to our family and they were like, well, we need to try this pizza. And so they had said, maybe we can have them over sometime, Mom. And I think I said yes, but like months ago, and we never talked about a date that I remember at all, or that they had even asked them if they wanted to do it. And so on, I think Monday of this last week, they go, well, her parents are going to bring dessert over on Friday. And I said, why are they bringing dessert over? Well, because we're doing the pizza night. And I'm like, what?
pizza night.
So Thursday night, which I would have spent stitching because it's my Friday night on Thursday because I don't work Friday. I was up making pizza dough because I make it in my bread machine, and it takes an hour and a half. And I was making 2-pound loaves because it was, how many of us? 9 people. I was making homemade pizza for, and so I was making pizza dough first thing yesterday morning. I had to go to Thursday night I had to go to the store to get all the cheese and all the toppings. I mean, it was fun. I was happy to do it. It was a fun evening, but I want to tell you, it was also 91 degrees here, and I had my oven on at 425 from about 4:45 till 7 o'clock at night. So I had that AC unit in the window, man. It was working hard. So that, and then by the time that all ended last night, I sat down to cross stitch and I was tired and my legs were aching from standing, I think, all that time. And I couldn't get comfortable on the chair and it was warm and stuffy. I just went to bed. So anyway, I think that kind of stuff is coming to a, well, I'm having my dad over on Wednesday to say goodbye to Sam, but that won't be as, I think it's mixed spaghetti or something easy.
Yeah.
But hopefully that kind of stuff will slow down and it can just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
And big news, got our floor ordered.
Yay.
It's actually not just our kitchen, it's our kitchen and it's our dining room and our whole family room and our hallway. So very excited. Let's keep our fingers crossed that there are no supply chain issues.
Let's see, what did we do? I did a lot of organizing this week. Just kind of finally feel like I can tackle rooms and I know what I want the room to be now. It takes me, really, it does take me a couple of years. It probably would take me less time if I didn't have the girls and homeschooling, and we've been dealing with a lot. But since we moved in here 4 years ago, I mean, I've done rooms and they've been lived in, but now I kind of have an idea like, no, I really want this room to be like this more than that. And so we kind of have like a plan for what shelving, I have a new plan for the girls' room. I'm gonna take out their closet rod. They have like an inset closet with one long rod and a shelf above it. And we've put a little dresser that goes along the whole length for Rosie with drawers, like cubby type drawers. But I'm gonna pull all of that out and I'm gonna buy at IKEA, each of them a 2-door wardrobe. It'll have their own closet rod and shelf, a little shelf and a little hook or something inside for backpacks. They can each have their own, basically like a small wardrobe. And then
Drawers?
They'll have doors.
And drawers?
I can't remember if I picked one out that has a couple drawers, but my goal is I'm pretty sure I can reduce them down to 1 to 2 dressers. Because Millie's got a really big dresser and it's not really very full. Like, I think we could split that up a little bit because I really want their room to have a little more. I want to put like a chair in there and have it be more of like a cozy place to be. And right now it's just like wall-to-wall furniture because we've got all these like books and bookshelves, and I want to trade out the bookshelf and get them something nicer and maybe narrow.
You have a lot of hand-me-down furniture that you just have to
exactly. Yes, that's exactly right. I have a lot of hand-me-downs or things that we bought in a pinch, maybe like kind of cheap, that are kind of fine for now, but now I know long-term kind of what I want there.
They're getting older.
Yeah, and I really want them to have their own like spaces to keep their own stuff in a little bit, and
yeah.
So that's my plan. I'm kind of hoping maybe to go to IKEA while we're over there if we can afford to get a couple of those wardrobes next weekend. We'll see. I don't know if we'll have the money to do that this time, but we might next.
And they don't really need to have a lot of their toys in their bedroom because you've got that other room where most of their stuff is. So you could actually make it more of a little reading.
I also have plans for we have a spare room that has Jesse's desk. It's kind of like my sewing room, work room. The elliptical's in there. We're going to sell that because we never ever use it. And I want to put in some good IKEA shelving in there, and that can be some better toy storage. We have good toy storage in another spot, but like their American Girl dolls are like everywhere all the time. So I need a few options there because that room is just a disaster all the time. So anyways, and they're like, I have their like craft stuff in there, like papers and markers.
Yeah, you've got a lot of room. It's just a matter of organizing the space that you've got.
Because we have some decent storage, but it's not all very accessible storage. So I have to like none of the rooms really have their own closets with like good shelving or anything.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what I've been doing a lot of this week and studying a lot, which I'll talk about more when we talk about reading. So anyways, so we don't have a featured friend, and I didn't grab a finish. Do you have any previous finishes?
I do. And we've talked about these Hummels before.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just looking at this. It's not a very big one. It's really cute. I don't know why I never got it framed. I think it was during the time when I realized I had 3 boys and I was trying to look for things that were. So I stitched this little guy.
I love that one. I stitched that too, but I like it on your fabric better than mine.
I did a lot on this fabric, and I think it's like a rustic oatmeal Ada.
It's cute.
Probably an 18 count, maybe. But I mean, I even stitched that cute little Hummel down there. I mean, it looks like somebody wrote it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's cute. I don't know when I would have done it. I mean, pre going back to work for sure, probably early 2000s, maybe I did it. And I don't even know where the pattern was.
Maybe you did it and then gave it to me, but I thought I had a kit. We probably
maybe you had the kit and then you gave me the pattern, maybe.
Or maybe we both got the kit and did it at the same time or something.
But the kit wouldn't have necessarily had this fabric if you didn't have
that's true. You would have probably used the kitted fabric. Maybe not, but probably you would have at that time.
And it's pretty big size fabric, and they don't usually give you this much.
So yeah, maybe you just took the pattern afterwards and stitched it.
I might have. Anyway, he's cute. I should really get him. Should finish him into a little pillow or something.
Yeah.
Or it'd be cute on a little flat fold. But those are a pain to do.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send one to Vanna Pfeiffer and pay her to do it for me.
That'd be cute.
Cute. I wish I had a little girl Hummel. I should look into those.
I bet they do have one the same size.
Probably. And I think I've seen this pattern before, but I couldn't tell you where. But yeah, it's really cute. I stitched it really nice. I had nice stitches back then.
Yeah.
I could see. It's amazing what you can do when you can see. That's my previous finish.
Okay. Should I do my whips and then do yours?
Yeah, I did mine first last time.
So I don't feel like I really worked on anything that I said I was going to plan to work on last week. Let's see. Did I jot it down? Oh, I did do a tree a day. That's about it. I mean, I did stitch more than that, but I stitched just whatever I felt like. Which I guess is good. Maybe it's just summer and I just need to stitch. So I've been doing a tree a day on this Rosewood Manor, Cranberry and Pines. This is from my
filter got really orange.
You know what? I'll take it off. So sometimes I like it, but
yeah.
Let me just play around with that here. Is that better? It's still a little orangey, but
yeah, that's better though.
So I've been working in this area. I started down here and I'm working on, and then I think I'll go across and then down. So here we are. Let me fold it up a little bit.
Got a real forest starting.
I've got a lot of little trees done. Oops.
Oh, and you finally got some red.
I got a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow. This tree's not done. I was working on that last night.
Pretty.
So pretty. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I wouldn't want to stitch this monogamously because I feel like it would be kind of monotonous, but nice to just think, I'm just going to do a tree. And then if I want to do a second tree, I'll do a second tree.
But you're at least moving forward on it.
Yeah, so then I just do a little and then I move on to the next thing. So then I also worked on my big dimensions kit, my Valley of the River Beck, is that what it's called? I never remember. And I just put in some stitches on this.
Oh, your tapestry.
My big tapestry. I worked a little down here and a little down, quite a bit down here while we were watching, what's it called? It's a movie and it's like an espionage movie and it was really interesting. It's done by Christopher Nolan and it has a similar device. Like, do you remember that movie Memento where you go forward and backward in time?
Oh yeah.
Tenet, T-E-N-E-T. I feel like I might need to watch it like 3 times to really catch everything. But anyways, we were watching that while I was stitching this, so I'll probably always associate that movie with this with this project.
Oh, pretty though.
I think what I'm working on now is the arch to the bridge that goes across the river that's going to be here. I don't have a picture of this because this is that kit that I got at Goodwill, and that's the only thing that was missing. Everything else was in it. I think it might be time for me to put this in a real project bag though.
Or at least a new Ziploc.
Probably this one too.
At least put your hot one in a project bag.
This is the fabric bag. The bag the fabric came in still. I'm working on this seaweed on the second one.
I'm working on that second square.
I know. I gotta finish this. I just couldn't finish it.
Last week, you're like, I only have this and this and this to do. And I'm looking at it going, that's a lot more than I think you think it is. But okay, girl, you can get it done.
But it is a lot still. But I really could probably have had this finished if I had worked on it harder this week. But I didn't.
You know, we got all the time to do it.
I wanted to work on.
Yeah.
Sorry. I also worked on Alicia Paulson's When That April.
I got to get you your copy of the summer one.
Yeah.
I printed them out. I bought 2 copies and I printed yours out for you on my printer. But next week, I got to give it to you when you're here.
I would love that.
Cute. Got strawberries on it.
I'm going to love stitching that. This one's not as, this one's like a little less fun to stitch than hers often are because it's just long stretches of green and brown, but it's so pretty. I was doing all this week.
It's also, I think, kind of hard for, I would have a hard time stitching spring when it's the heat of summer.
I didn't work on it a lot, but I wanted to get some stitches in it.
Because it's truly spring-like.
It is very spring.
Yeah.
What else did I do? Oops, I forgot to put my notes. I think that's it.
Hey, did you know yesterday was World Embroidery Day?
No. How did I miss that?
I was going to put a little post up tonight on my Instagram a day late, but.
Did you know that yesterday was Neville Longbottom's birthday and today is Harry Potter's birthday?
No, but I that must be why Sam mentioned what he did. He said, I didn't realize that Harry Potter in the books was supposedly born in 1980.
Yeah, which makes sense because he would have been 12 in 92 or whenever the first.
Right, and Ashley said, yeah, well, like when you look at their houses, it seems very 90s. I said, really? I think of the wizarding world in those books as being timeless but old.
Yeah, that's true, but I think
and you don't see the modern world very often in the movies, so I think I just kind of lumped them in with the wizarding world time frame, but they're right, very more modern.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I never really thought about the portrayal in the movies. Yeah, so that means Harry is older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I did some stitches on her. I worked down this direction here, like got some of that blue and purple in some more.
It's just so shocking to me how tiny it is.
I know. There's so much like condensed colors and stitching in that one little square.
I was also going to say, it's shocking to me that you find whole kits like you do at Goodwill, because I have looked at my, well, not Goodwill, but my Value Village. There's nothing. I mean, nothing. There's maybe a few little scrappy packages of Ada, and there is nothing else. There's not even good yarn.
I feel like you just have to get lucky.
I don't go very often.
Other times, and I don't find anything. But then I'll find like treasure trove now and then.
And I don't. My Goodwill is far away now, so I don't go to Goodwill. And my Goodwill that was up here on the hill wasn't very good anyway. So I'm hoping now that they moved to another location, maybe they're bigger and have more selection. But like their clothing selection was bad. It was very small.
I don't know. Is Goodwill a national? Okay. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, Goodwill is.
I worked on this because this week was the anniversary of Grandma's passing. So I started this like almost exactly a year ago. Oh, you were frozen for a second. I think you're back. So,
sorry. I'm here.
Once I get going on this one, it's kind of hard to put it down, which is weird because it's so huge. But it's pretty like, I think it's nice to work with that wool. Viola's kit, so it's that like really soft wool.
I'm try one of those.
I know. So
is it one strand?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes, it's wrapped around single strand, but you like
cut two lengths.
Two, and sometimes you're using one. You just have to follow the chart when you're, like other charts do that too. So you have to measure a length, or you have to take. I usually take a long one and then just cut it in. I just fold it in half, and then I start stitching and just loop it through the hole. So I was working all up in here. There's a bunch of that yellow and gold that I put in. Like this is all new.
It's very, very pretty.
It is a really big. It's really big, but it's so pretty. And like I said, I do just kind of get going on it, and it's. I think because there's like a chunk of one color, then I'll switch to a chunk of another color, and I just want to just keep going because it's kind of fun to see it appear.
I have a few pieces like that where I don't really want to drag them out, but then once I do, I get kind of in. I get kind of in the zone. Egg gather is one of those.
Yeah, that's
What's the other one like that? Well, Hawk Run Christmas has been like that.
Yeah.
It's been like, oh, I really want to work on that one, but then when I do,
yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the sunflower one. Like I kind of have to be like, okay, I'm going to work on this today. And then once I'm doing it, I'm like, why did I not feel like I just really wanted to pull this out? The last thing I worked on this week was a new start for me,
yay.
a bookshelf that I had gathered all the fluff for. This was from Aunt Nancy.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
I love that there's gold in it, but you can't really see it in that picture, but
I know.
it's pretty when you put that gold in your stitches.
I know. It's going to really show up nice, I think, on the dark fabric that she got. So I just did the top corner of the books. All those blank spots are going to be gold. So I was going to do the other two books and then go back and fill in the gold so I could see what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working up in this top right corner.
Oh,
2 more books to do, and then I'm going to go back and fill in all those. With the,
pretty. You're gonna put that in your kitchen nook? Where are you gonna put that?
Oh, that would be so pretty, wouldn't it? So where I'm sitting right now, eventually I want to put in 2 wingback chairs and a small table. I have a drop leaf table outside, so I was going to switch which table I have in here and make this kind of like a sitting area where people can come. But I could always pull out the table and pop up the leaves. So
and maybe it will become less of a junk dropping. I mean, not junk, but you guys just drop miscellaneous stuff there.
yeah, I know. And I think if it was just like a little table kind of pushed against the window with a couple chairs, it would be less likely to be a dropping spot like it currently is, sort of a transitional area. This is the gold.
Well, and I think it's easy too because it's right by your door and it's out of sight, out of mind from the rest of your house. So you're not looking at.
We don't really spend any time in this room other than when I'm recording. Nobody comes in and sits at this table because it's usually full of junk. Which, yeah, I have plans for this room that I eventually want to.
Yeah, that'll be really cute in there.
That would be a really cute spot. It would also be really cute in my schoolroom, but nobody really sits in the schoolroom either because it's mostly a place where I keep. It's also kind of a junk dropping spot, but it's like.
But it's school and computer. It's not really.
I think your computer in here, maybe like right there or somewhere.
You're gonna put the computer in there or the picture there?
Oh, the picture.
Oh, say, I don't think your computer needs to be there.
No, not the computer. That is everything I worked on this week. That's all.
Okay, well, I have another version of my finished object sweater because last week I showed it, I hadn't blocked it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now I blocked it and oh, I so love this little sweater. It has different sizes. I might have to make it in a bigger size for her or Penny, but isn't that?
That is so cute. Now that you have it once, it would probably be easier too.
Yeah, and I have ribbon coming. It should be delivered today because I've never put ribbon on the inside of my button band, but I always think it's such a cute look, especially just kind of finishes it off. And I have a pale pink grosgrain and I have a beigeish white grosgrain that I got at Joann's, but then I ordered kind of a brocadey floral, brighter colors. That's what's coming from Etsy. I don't know if it'll fit or not. But then I thought, oh, I wasn't going to do a button because buttoning up on, but then I thought, no, because if I put the ribbon, the little hole that you could use for a button will be covered up by the ribbon on the other side. I thought I could just do a little snap right there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Then she
Right
could
into
have a shed.
Yeah, right into the ribbon, right? Sew it to the ribbon, it won't show. Because sometimes, baby sweaters fall off their shoulders.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I always liked it when there was at least a button or 3.
Yeah. Yeah. I might put like maybe 2 little snaps on the underside and then they won't show when she's got it snapped. And
that's a good idea. Snoopy.
Well, that's really cute. And then I have a little tiny bit of yarn left because I bought 2 skeins of this yarn and I've made 2 sweaters out of it. I wonder if I have more from Penny's too somewhere because I didn't use the whole skein for Penny's. I have about 37 grams left and I would love to make a little hat for fall, but I don't know if 37 grams is enough.
What's that gal's name who does all the itty bitty toys? Susan.
Oh, and Susan B. Anderson?
Yeah, she has that book of hats. I might have borrowed it from you, but I think I brought it back with the pixie hat in it. And it's like a little bonnet with
yeah. You made one of those.
Yeah. Well, she's got two different ones, and I can't remember which one I made a couple. She's got some really cute little ones. I did make one to bring Rosie home from the hospital.
Yes, that's what I remember.
That would be really cute with that yarn. It would be so soft.
I think I do still have that book on my shelf. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, I think I had pulled it out and I was looking at it, but I'm pretty sure I put it back. But if you don't find it, let me know. I might have it on my bookshelf.
Yeah. Of course, I made a couple of like some bad stitches that show up, but you know,
who cares?
It's
So
just
cute.
with love from Mimi. I had a very almost monogamous stitching week. I only stitched on 2 things because I'm just like a girl on fire. No, I'm not. But I finished, other than, hold on a second, I just don't want to lose my needle like I did last time. I finished the front piece of my Biscornu, my Summer Bee Biscornu. I just have one single row of yellow back stitching to do around, and that's done.
Cute.
The bottom of it is just a border and some scallopy, you know, just like single stitch scallops and bees in each corner. So it's too long. I was really hoping to have it done before I started my new one for our stitch along, which we'll talk about later. But I did work a lot on. I don't know if I didn't have all this done last week. I don't think the flowers were done. I don't think that bee skep, and I know that bee wasn't done. And then I realized
a rose, a bee, and a bee skep left to do, maybe 2 bees.
And the outer border I had to do. And then the little inner corners I did because they're a darker green. And then I had to outline the bee's wings.
Cute.
So I'm really so cute. I hope she said in her on her Instagram, this is from Little Dove's Designs. Little Dove Designs. I think she's on Instagram under that name, and she has an Etsy shop, and her patterns are, most of them are PDF. She might even have kits once in a while, but I just figured the PDF is fine.
I'll keep the link to her in the description box. I did last week, and so I'll keep it this week since we're talking.
She has a spring bunny one because she talked about doing seasonal ones. I hope she does a fall one and a winter one. So that took up some time. And then the other thing is, because we all know that I'm a slacker and behind on my WIPGO and everything else because of the busyness June, and then July busyness. I was behind on my Joyful World. I was behind, so I had to catch up on with June after the wedding. And then I really wanted to get July done before tomorrow, but I might if I work on it tonight. I made a good effort here. Hold on.
Look how much you have done. That's amazing.
Isn't that fun? I know. I'm so proud of myself for sticking with this each month. I don't know if I had any flamingos done last week.
You had one done and part of this middle one, just a little bit.
Okay, so I did some little flowers here. I hadn't done those. I did that one and that one, and then I've been doing these flowers.
I love those flowers on the top.
I know.
The pink.
It's so cute. I love it.
Really cute.
So yeah, I'm almost at July done. And August is a little dog. And it's actually charted black and white, which actually is what our Molly was. And we had to put her down last year, first part of September, but I always feel like it was August because August and September last year kind of blurred together for me. We had so much going on and it was just kind of a whirlwind, but so that, I'll be happy to stitch that in memory of my little Molly girl. I still miss her a lot. And I'm not even a dog person that much, but I did miss her. She was neurotic. I mean, she was anxious, but sweet. So that was what I worked on. I mean, really short and sweet for me this week.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
I did spend some time during work hours when I was on hold investigating other Biscornu patterns and designers.
Why would you do that, Mom?
Well, I have a plan, but the plan could change.
What is your plan? Remind us what your plan is. Let's talk about this.
Okay, so I put it on Facebook and I put it on, in Magazine Monthly, and I put it on Instagram that we're starting our Biscornu SAL starting tomorrow. And I would love it if you guys would send in your progress pictures as you're working on them so we can feature them on our featured friends.
Even like maybe what I'll do is if I get some pictures of people who posted, like who emailed me a picture of their pattern and their floss even, or maybe their first few stitches, I'll just show all of them each week. Flip through.
Yeah.
There's like 50, which I doubt there's gonna be that many. But email us. Email us the beginning, like, and then maybe in a couple weeks or whatever, if you've made more progress, let us show them again. That'll be really fun.
It would be so much fun. I'm so obsessed with these little things. I hope I can actually assemble one.
You can.
Somebody did point out in our comments last week that Grace Phillips?
Oh no.
Great. What was her name? Phillips was her last name. Oh
Yeah,
shoot! I subscribed to her, so I should be able to find it.
I'll tell you because I'm Gail Phillips.
Gail Phillips, who
Yeah.
she's
to check
Yeah.
out. Yes.
she's a Aussie stitcher, and she has an episode devoted to not necessarily finished Biscornus, but all the Biscornus that she's bought and wants to stitch. And so she does kind of a pattern parade at the end of, or towards the end of her, I think it's her 10th video. She has a lot of videos. And that 10th video was recorded like in March of 2020, right as everything was going into lockdown, because she kind of talks about that a little bit. So it's far down on her page. There's a lot of episodes that are just called my crafty adventure #1, #2, but her actual Flosstube videos are down lower. So you have to kind of scroll down. But I think it's
I'll put a link to that specific video in our.
Oh yeah, can you do that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
She knows many. I kind of had a running list of some names she mentioned. But I also did find, we know Tiny Modernist is one. She's got several cute ones that some people are doing. And I know Heather Miller shared that she's doing a Doreen Jones free one on her Facebook page called Strawberry Fields. And it is so pretty. I can't wait to see that. But then I also found out that Barbara Anna has a whole bunch of them, and they're definitely Barbara Anna style. They're whimsical and cute. Oh my gosh, I want all of them. But I'm sticking with my original plan because I had originally found Sunshine X Stitch. That's her. Her name is ML Torres. ML Torres, Torres. I think you can find her that way. But her Etsy shop, I think, is called Sunshine, capital S Sunshine, capital X Stitch or Stitches. So I had bought these a while back, and I had the Violet Biscornu, which I adore. Isn't that pretty? But I also had the Gerbera, which I love these. They're one of my favorite flowers. And I have them both kitted up. They're just DMC floss. There's not that many colors. They're both in the same project bag. And I bought a thing. A lot of these patterns call for for Ada, but I went down to a 22 count Hardanger. I think that's going to work. I think I said last week I had to figure out the sizing, but I haven't done that yet. But I've got stuff in my stash. Just an antique white 22 count.
Pretty.
But on Magazine Monthly Challenge, on their Facebook, when I posted about our Biscornu in our episode, I said, I have these two. I can't decide which one to start. And Nancy said, I like the pink one. You should do that one first. So I'm going to do the pink one first.
Okay, there you go. And I meant to post a picture of mine, but I haven't had a chance. But I'm going to do, this is not a very good picture, but I'm doing Heartstring Samplery, Flanders Fields, Biscornu. I love the poppies. I know you have this one too.
Yes.
A lot of like big swaths of red. So, but I really, and I
love the bottom of it,
this gold color,
which is very unique.
Sorry for the glare here. I'll just pull it out.
Her Hobby Lobby has colored Ada, guys.
Yeah, we were talking
colored linen. Yeah.
Colored linen. This is, well, is this even weave or linen? This might be even weave. What is this? Murano?
It's an even weave.
Murano.
Yeah, Murano's been around a while.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
It's an even weave, I guess, that I'm doing it on.
Yeah.
And I think the colors are going to be really, really pretty on it. I'm hoping the green shows up enough. I think it will. So I did a little bit of research this week on a Biscornu. You want me to tell you my research finding?
Yeah. I only have missed. Oh, I was going to show you my 3 pinks.
Oh.
These are 3 of the pinks from my.
That's on your white, right? You're doing it on white?
On my white, yeah. And then there's one more I'm missing. I need to go to Joann's and get the 4th one.
Are you leaving it white? You're not going to dye it or tea dye it or anything? Just
no, leave it white. Gotta leave it white. Okay, what did you find out about Biscornu?
Biscornu, you didn't already know, which maybe some of you did. I found an article on needleandthread.com. Needle and thread. I'll post a link down in the description box of this article. So Biscornu is a French word that means oddity, like a little, it means something like quirky. It's actually an adjective. If something is Biscornu,
wonky or
yeah, odd. And it means, yeah, odd or bizarre in French. And that's basically it. It's kind of traditionally thought to probably be a pin cushion, like a thing to stick your pins in. And usually they're 8 pointed, which is what we're doing, 4 and 4 folded together, or
yeah,
and then stitched together. But sometimes they might have like many more sides. I guess if you did like an octagon and then twisted, you know.
Yes, because then I tell you that Gail, no, not Gail. What was the Phillips gal's name again? Great, Gail Phillips. She showed did I tell you a 32-sided one or 8?
Yes, you said that. I haven't gotten a chance to watch that episode.
It's beautiful. And she actually has done that one. And she has counting pins, really cute counting pins she buys to stick in them.
As like the decoration at the end?
Yes, those really fancy ones you can get on Etsy where they have like a decoration on top of them.
Oh, that's cute. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then this gal said that she thought they must have gotten pretty popular around the early 2000s because that's when she's seen a lot of them be published. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I haven't checked that one. I'm trying to see if there's anything else useful. There is some links on this about how to do finishing on them, so I'll post it in my comments or in the description box. So if you want to follow, I haven't clicked through to all of her links, but
can you link a video too? Yeah,
I think
like a YouTube video.
Yeah, I think
I found a video on how to do it too, so we can link that too.
Send me that link.
Yeah.
And I'll put that in on finishing, and then I'll put a link to this needle and thread in case anybody is interested in reading the article. She's got a few more tutorials listed in there from Annette's Acre, and she's got a whole bunch of patterns that you can like click through to if you're interested in any particular one. So
fun.
The thing, but I didn't know that that's what Biscornu meant.
Oh, yeah.
I do. It means like oddity or
oddity, though they're odd. There's another designer that I found on Etsy, not Etsy, on Instagram. Her name's Fabi Riley Designs. FABYREILLY Designs. That's her Instagram name. And she has some beautiful ones. And she has her own, let's see, she's on Etsy. If you click on her Instagram, it will take you to a link page. And it's the same name on Etsy. She's got beautiful floral and seasonal ones. Oh, I forgot how pretty those were. Guys.
Don't change your plan. You're good.
I'm not. I'm just looking ahead. And I was just looking at some other ones that I had favorited when I was searching on yes. Is that one by
Look at this blue fox one. Yeah, that's the person you're talking about. So if you're still looking for a Biscornu inspiration,
there's another one. I saw that one. I thought of you right away.
I know, I love those waves.
Pretty.
I'm scrolling through to see if there's any more that pop up. Oh, that's not a Biscornu.
She's got several. She got several.
That is not a Biscornu.
I know. It's like a Biscornu purse.
Yeah. So I'll put her link in the description box below too.
Yeah, there's another gal. She has beautiful ones, but it's like it takes you to a web page that's all in Russian.
Oh.
And I can't figure out how to. Clouds Factory has some. I think they have some fairy tale ones.
Oh, cute.
And then Barbara Anna. So
So we have quite a few people joining us already that we know about for the Biscornu Stitch Along. So that's really exciting and so fun. We're so happy about that. Just started as like a whim, like while we were recording, maybe we should do a Biscornu SAL, and here we are. So we have, I think Judy L is joining us, and she's going to do another Sunshine X Stitch one like Kua asked her. So we'd love to see pictures. And Teresa is doing, she's doing one too, right? She said, well, I can't remember now. Maybe not. Oh yeah, she said she has one ready, but we don't know what it is.
which one it is, yeah.
And
Traveling. And by the way, she's the one that's moving to maybe possibly Idaho, to the same area that we're looking to move.
So she's moving pretty close to where you're looking.
So we could maybe start a stitching group. And exciting news on that front, our friends that are moving with us put an offer on property for themselves today. So it actually might actually happen. Hopefully we don't get left behind.
Yeah.
I want to do it now.
I know.
I want to do it now.
What if they have to build and stuff? It'll take time. Let's see.
And they're not ready. Yeah, they're not ready to go yet. But the land. Cheryl Tattersall.
Ready, and Aunt Nancy is doing the donkey from Tiny Modernist, right?
She's like a little fiesta, like a little Mexican little colorful donkey. Yeah, it's really cute.
And then Kay said she might do the nest, but she's intimidated by it, which
it's a lot
of stitching, but they're so beautiful.
They're so pretty. And I don't know if it was her that talked about it or Amy Loves Toads, because Amy Loves Toads Instagram. She's done one complete nest. I don't remember which one it was. I think she started a second one, and I think she's the one that talked about doing the hummingbird one, which I didn't know there were that many of them. Apparently there's a cardinal and so they would be a fun one to do though.
Yeah, really fun. I'm tempted now to do one someday.
Yeah. It's like full coverage though.
I know, it is like just a whole big square, totally stitched. Sandy is doing Take a Dip by Barbara Anna. Cute.
Cute, cute, cute.
Gail from Gail's Golden Needle said that she doesn't know which one to do, but she wants to join us. Heather is doing Strawberry, just Biscornu by Doreen Jones, which was free on Doreen Jones' Facebook page, right? You said? You said that. And Julie is doing, she had two different ones picked out, a Tiny Modernist and a Heartstring Samplery. And Candy from 614 Stitcher is doing the Octopus Biscornu by Tiny Modernist. So a few Tiny Modernist ones, couple X Sunshine. Wait, what are you doing?
Sunshine X Stitch.
And a couple from Heartstring Samplery.
Yeah, the poppies. And
there's one from Barbara Anna. So if you aren't on the list of people I just said, let us know. It's really fun. So we're going to do a meetup. And whether you're stitching Biscornu or not, join us and we'll do a show and tell for both. But if you are joining us, try to come. We decided to do August 14th. It's a Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. Just a little later than we've done the last few times, but I have a baby shower that morning, so I don't want to push it too close. Not for me when I'm going to. And there's no baby showers in my future right now. So 1:30 our time would be 4:30, we think Eastern, and then however that falls. So hopefully you'll be able to join us. If you are interested, shoot us an email that's in the description box below so we know to make sure you get invited. And I usually send out that invitation. I wait kind of a little bit towards the end of the week so that anybody who wants to join that week, I'll make sure they're in that invitation. Okay, so that's the business there. What else do we have? Plans? Good plans other than starting your Biscornu?
That's my plan. That's one of my plans. My other plan is I need to plan out my magazine monthly. It's August 1st tomorrow, and I haven't done it officially. I talked about that last week. I just haven't had a chance. So maybe tonight when we get home from dinner with our friends, I'll take a little bit of time. So I have that plan going. My other plan is to work on my June WIPGO, get that sunflower fairy going. Because that's June. I haven't touched my July WIPGO, and now it's August. And my August WIPGO is a year in Hawk Run Hollow, which I restarted during May on a different fabric and not very far on it.
So that's your August WIPGO.
That's my August WIPGO. I'm not going to work on that this week. I want to do it chronologically, and then my other WIPGO for August is Egg Gatherer. So
Oh,
I want to knock June out. So my focus will be Sunflower Fairy, and she might actually make an appearance on my magazine monthly because the acrostic for the month is sunflower or sunflowers. I don't remember which one. And the I didn't bring it in here. The word is bird because it's Robin's birthday and she got to pick her theme. And I actually am not starting a new magazine piece for that. I'm picking out a magazine piece that I started last year for this challenge. I think I started it maybe it's a fallish piece. It's got leaves that are falling around and it's got a poem, but there's a bird in it. There's a big brown bird in it. So I pulled that out because I had mentioned last week that I'm hoping to pull out some of my magazine pieces from last year and making them work again for the next year because they are going to continue the challenge next year, which it's a fun challenge. It's a fun group.
For negotiation.
What?
No, that they might not do it again. That she might.
Yes, they are. It starts in the first month will be September. That'll be the new year. So.
Oh, magazine. Sorry, I was thinking about WIPGO because I also saw this week on Facebook.
She started. Yeah.
She said, I will be doing it again next year. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know there was any debate about that. I just assumed it was.
Oh, I think it's always up in the air when somebody's hosting it by themselves like that.
I think.
She had a baby this last year, and I think life is, and it looks like they just bought a house too, her and her husband. Yeah, so they've had a busy life, and I know that, things happen and your life changes and you don't really realize how it's going to change until it does. So I think people were wondering if she would continue or not. It sounds like she is.
Okay.
And Robin and Carolyn Zook said, we'll do a magazine monthly as long as there's one person that wants to do it. So I think that'll be fun. I have enjoyed it, but I need to slow down the new starts and try to make, and they haven't said we can't bring out, well, no, I know they have said we can make magazine starts from one month work for another month. So otherwise I'll never get anything done.
I know. Could just be starting chronically.
Yeah, I never get anything done now as it is. So I don't need to make it worse.
And I'm kind of toying with joining. In fact, I've meant to, Candy told me to call her this week. I forgot. I need to call her because she wanted to chat about it because I think I talked last week about modifying it to kind of work for me because I don't want to do a bunch of new magazine starts every month, but I do want to, I love the idea of participating in the acrostic and stuff. So I need to look at that.
Candy, the 614 Stitcher asked you to call her?
Yeah, so I need to call it. Just, that's a side note. Sorry.
Candy, you're a crack up.
So I got to call Candy.
I need to find out, Candy, if you got your package that got lost. She had a package from Fat Quarter Shop get lost, and she had post office questions, and so she had IM'd me on Instagram, and I told her to keep me posted, but I haven't gotten any other messages. But yeah, I know. Candy, we all want to know now, did you get your package?
Oh, we're all hanging in the back.
I wonder if she's got a different plan going for her magazine monthly then.
I guess I better call her to find out. Do you have other plans this week other than figuring out that? And
no, well, I'm going to continue. I'm going to start my August Jolly July. By the way, Jolly July fizzled. I didn't start my third piece, and I didn't work on my second piece the third week. I just
July. I mean, like I thought we were in September now.
It's just the summer, you guys. It's just
I don't know what month this is anymore.
Oh, it feels like it's Hades at my house. It's like I've been in summer forever, and it should be October by now. I don't know what else I'm not ready to start spinning my wheel yet, just because I feel like I'm so behind that I've kind of been wanting to focus. So definitely my two Biscornus, my new one and the one I've been working on. Definitely my SAL, my Joyful World, and my WIPGO Sunflower Fairy are for sure. And I might throw in, sometimes I look through that basket that I have by my couch of things that I want to keep on the forefront, and I might pull one of those out. I still have Dreaming Girl. I have the Garden Dreaming Girl SAL I haven't started yet. Oh, I have Barbara Anna's Dandelion Fairy from the Punch Needle magazine. I have it all kitted up. Saw somebody finish that on Instagram. It was really cute. I gotta dye fabric for that though. What are you looking at, the girls?
No, the chickens.
Oh,
The rooster, the mangy old, decade-old rooster who is blind in one eye and
it's
coming out ahead. He's been in so many rooster fights out there because we've ended up with like a couple extra roosters, and I think they're all dead now. I think he's the one who survived, but we've had him for years.
king of the mountain.
He is real sad looking.
But he's a survivor.
One time recently, this is going to make Jesse sound so bad. I don't think I've told this story here. A few weeks ago, he was in my garden. Like the rooster went into the garden, and I don't like the chickens in the garden. And he was alone in there just pecking around. And Jesse didn't realize he was blind on one side. So he came up as if to kick it and then swung his foot, thinking, surely this rooster is going to move before I actually connect. And the rooster didn't know because he's blind in that side. Jesse kicked him across like garden, and he's like flapping and clucking. Jesse felt bad. He didn't really think he was going to actually kick him. That he didn't know that he couldn't see out of that eye anymore. Oh gosh. Anyways, so they're out there scratching. I had watered the grass right here, and the grass under the swing is all worn away because it's a swing, and so they're scratching around and real wet.
Oh, looking for grubs or worms.
Daddy.
Yeah, so that's basically my plans. And yeah.
That sounds good. I'm not even sure why I bother making plans.
No, that's kind of why I don't want to get too deep into it, because
I will still work on doing a tree a day,
that's manageable.
I can do a tree a day. It's like 10 stitches half the time.
You could do that in the bathroom.
Bathroom
stitching instead of bathroom reading.
I know. I am behind also on some of my WIPGO goals. I really have gotten most of them done, but I still have several hours left on my Snow Queen from another month, and Snow Queen was just called again. So I should probably just double up and do 15 hours of Snow Queen this month. I could make progress on that Snow Queen if I really did that. And I really so I would love to check off something off of my WIPGO goals this month. I still have 6 hours left on my snowy quarry one, the Christmas tree one. So I might pull that out again, but I'm a little burned out on that because I did that for May and June. And so I think
you got more to do on that for May, or you didn't finish your May or June?
Well, May I think was Mania. I had a Mania goal for it or something, and then June I think is when it was called, and I only worked on it a couple more hours after.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This says I have 6 hours left, I think, unless that's counting up. No, that's counting down. So yeah, I still have 6 hours left. So maybe I'll probably pick one or two of those, but also I'm going to start my Biscornu, and I'm just really enjoying that new start from Aunt Nancy, the bookshelf one. So I'll probably work on that one quite a bit.
Maybe I'll start my new one from Aunt Nancy too. I went and got the threads for it the other day, and she gave us the fabric, so stay tuned.
What I really should probably do is finish knitting that baby sweater before that baby is like too old to wear it.
You know, also I really, really, really want to start
right now when it's so warm again.
I want to start that Four Seasons Barbara Anna. I want to start, came in the tube. I keep telling myself, you can't start that until you.
You should finish Dreaming Girl this week and then start that one next week.
Finish Dreaming Girl? I have a lot to do on her still.
Nah, you could do it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have that whole lower section of her hair. I don't know. I might work on her.
How about haul? Do you have any haul?
I, for once, have zero haul.
I have a little bit.
Fine. I'm not shopping more.
I have, well, it's more stitchy kindness from Aunt Nancy. This is for the girls because I'm not going to stitch on 14 count Ada probably a lot. So Aunt Nancy went through her stash of Ada, and I thought Millie was going to use one of these for her Swan Princess, but she had really wanted the one that we found at Hobby Lobby, and she really wanted to dye it. So I've got these. I actually think I'll have Liddy look at these to pick out one to stitch her new pattern on, but she just started that dog. But I should help her kit up her little honeybee one that she picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think this One of these would probably be really cute. So she sent me a bunch of 14 count Ada out of her stash. So thank you, Aunt Nancy. Well,
Oh my gosh, who's the maker of that? I don't think they make that anymore. I used to buy my cross stitch fabric in those pack. I remember that font. I remember that packaging. $1.49.
$1.49 for 12 by 18.
Okay, Nancy.
Because there's 2 other tags under it, but this was Target sold Ada.
Not my Target.
$1.69 for 12 by 18.
Target?
Yeah.
They must have had a craft section at one time. You know, I kind of do remember them having a little bit of a craft section.
Another Target.
I wonder if Regency's even in business anymore.
I don't know. I've never even really heard of that. Look at this cute one. This is probably similar to that one that you stitched.
That rustic oatmeal, I used to call it.
Yeah, it's called.
Where's that from?
Well, it says banjo cloth Regency. So I don't know how that's different from Ada. I mean,
Who knows? Probably just Ada with a fancy name.
Well, it's cotton, polyester, and linen rather than just 100% cotton. So maybe the makeup of it is different. So anyway, that's so nice to have as a stash for them when they go to pick out a pattern. And I'm like, here, we've got some fabric. Choose which one you like it on.
Yeah, that's incredible to me. You know, though, maybe my Target never did. We didn't get Targets out here for a long time. I mean, Target's been around a long time versus how long we've had them in Washington State. So I'm wondering if the Midwestern places Targets.
Like a year or anything on any of these, but I don't see anything.
That's interesting. Well, Nancy, if you remember when you bought those, let me know because now we're interested.
I know. I don't remember our Targets ever having.
Hey, my Joann's doesn't. My little dinko Joann's doesn't even carry fabric.
Nope.
I have to go down to the super Joann's. I don't know why my Joann's on the hill. It's a huge store. I mean, it's not as big as the one down by South Center, but it's a big store. They could bring so much more stuff into that store and get rid of half the crap they've got.
I know. I feel like our Joann's doesn't have any Ada, and we don't have a super Joann's. We just have like a regular little one, and I don't think it has any Ada cloth. So I love that Hobby Lobby is increasing their options because and I don't always have to order it or drive far away to get one. Let's do our giveaway. Last week we had that little jingle bell one. Jingle bells was the word, jingle. We actually only had one person enter for it that I could see when I went through the comments and when I pulled it up. So Sandy, congratulations, Sandy D, you are the winner. So you have 2 coming to you. One 2 weeks ago, and there's the pen. There it is. So it's going to go in with your Plum Street that you won a few weeks ago.
That I have in the envelope, and my return label is on it. Just not your address on it. So
congratulations.
This week it's going in the mail, Sandy.
This week.
Wait, we haven't. You might want to say that we haven't heard from.
Oh yeah, so Cassie Joe, we haven't heard from you yet with your address, so we'll give it a few more weeks. If we don't hear anything, we'll probably re-offer that one, but I'm hoping that you catch this. So this was Cassie Joe that won this.
Yeah, Fairy Garden.
That was last week's. She's the only person I think we haven't heard anything from. I think I'm all caught up, except for I cannot find the one that I owe to Aunt Nancy anywhere. I don't know where that went. It's a little tiny one, and it's around here somewhere. So once it pops up, I will stick that in the mail.
Which one was it?
I don't even remember. It was like from January, so I'd have to go back through my planner and hunt for it.
You better go back.
I'll just buy a new one when I figure out what it was and send it to you.
Yeah, we need to do that. We don't want to be flakes.
I'll look through and find what it was. I had it in the little.
I should say, we don't want to be more flakes than we already are.
I know. I had it for like months tucked in the little pocket inside my planner, and I must have taken it out. Oh, you know what? I think it could be in my car, in one of the pockets in the back seat. I'll have to check.
In your car?
Because it was in my car to go to the post office with me, and then I didn't go to the post office, and then I think it fell down in the. I think I might know where it could be. So if I find it, I'll send it. This week's giveaway is a Pass the Stash because I stitched this, and I really need to finish FFO this. So I stitched this earlier this year and love it. I should have brought the finish out, but I didn't have it handy. This is from Cottage Garden Samplings. It's actually one of a set, sort of like the Joyful World that Mom is doing.
Yes.
So this is August's poppy. So I thought this would be a perfect one to give away as we're headed into August, because I will upload this either tonight or tomorrow. So why don't we have the word just be August? You can use the word August. You can tell us if you have any special plans for August or what you like about August, whatever. Just use the word August, and that's what I'll search for the giveaway. Don't say free. Don't say giveaway. You know, all the drill.
It's really cute.
I know. I love it. It calls for, it has DMC conversions and gentle art. So and a Weeks dye works. And I did it with mostly the Weeks dye works, which is unusual for me, but I would have been happy, I think, with it, with the DMC as well.
But it was kind of a special treat because you bought it when we went to the store and we hadn't been to a store in like a year. So
yeah, I got this one when we were at the Tri-Cities CrossFit store that I'm spacing on the name of it now. Super cute. So use the word August to be entered in that giveaway next week.
yeah, that's easy. You have books?
Oh yeah, books. I do. I'm recording. Oh. Bye. Yeah, there's lots of cucumbers on the counter, all sliced up and ready for you. So I finished Half Magic, which is what I showed last week. That was Rosie's recommendation for me. And I'm pretty eager. And it was very cute and very sweet. So this week I'm going to start Millie's recommendation for me, which is called The Bark of the Bog Owl from Jonathan Robb.
I gave her that for Christmas.
Yes. And she read it and loved it. And I do think this is a series now, because I think the next one, well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think, the Wilder King trilogy. So I'll let you know how that is. And then I also started Maisie Dobbs #3, Pardonable Lies, which I borrowed from you. And based on several recommendations, I got this. I was listening to this in an audiobook.
Oh, yeah.
263.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned I felt like I was kind of missing a couple things because I would like miss something. And I don't know. I'm just not sure audio was the right format for me. But I'm also not sure print is going to be the right format for me.
Open it up. Show me the print. How big is it? For his books are always huge. Well, it's not too tiny.
Not too bad. It's like got some double spacing and stuff.
There's a lot. I was gonna say there's a lot of white space on those pages.
Yeah. I figured I got it from the library. I can check it out, recheck it, and then recheck it. That gives me 3 months. Then my librarian is great. So unless somebody else is waiting for this specific book, which probably not. I mean, like,
Old.
How many people are dying to read a book that's been around a long time? I could probably get it for another 3 months. So it takes me 6 months to get through. The other humongous book I'm doing right now is the Advanced Review of Speech Language Pathology. And this has been really what I've been doing I've been trying to do 2 hours of study every day because I want to take the test so I can reapply for my license. I let my license lapse for too long, so I have to study to retake the praxis test. Don't do that. If you have a degree and you have a licensure, don't do what I did. Just keep it. I should.
This your state licensure, not your ASHA. Not your
national certification still, but I do not have my license to practice in Washington State. And to do that, now I have to retake the praxis test. So,
well, in your defense, I will say that to keep your speech therapy license up, it's like 5 times more expensive than keeping an occupational or physical therapy. Is it $500?
No, it's like, I don't remember what it is every year, but it's not that much, but it is more.
It's a lot, but I remember people complaining a while back about how much more it was than the other disciplines. So
I wasn't sure I was going to use it again. I wasn't sure. So apparently you can let it lapse for 5 years, but after 5 years have gone by, then you have to redo this test. And it's been 8 years. So I this week spent a lot of time studying strokes and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
She called me this week. She goes, Mom, just don't have a stroke. Please don't have a stroke, Mom.
Just don't do it. Do everything you can to be healthy.
Don't have a stroke.
It's stressful to me to read about stroke survivors. So this is
on my list of things to do.
This is how much I have left to do. I'm shooting for 12 hours of study this week. So that would be 2 hours today and then 2 hours every weekday to get through this dang book, take a practice exam, and then schedule my exam and hopefully be done and be able to start my own little practice this fall. That's my goal. Well, that I've
got people waiting for you. Does she have people waiting for you?
Yeah. So the gal that I know a gal in town who works with kids. She does counseling for kids in the foster system mainly, and they have families. She has families that are looking for speech therapy because the waiting lists everywhere are so long. So that's how this came about. And I was already planning to get my license back because I was thinking about what was going to be ahead, and so it was perfect timing. So that's a lot of, way more that than stitching, although I would rather be stitching than studying. But, you know, it'll be worth it because I'm really excited. I really have missed working with families and kids with communication impairments. So
yeah,
that's what I've been doing. What are you reading?
I am reading, well, first on my Kindle, I'm still reading Maisie Dobbs, The American Agent, which has just been a slow slog for me. And Maisie Dobbs is not usually slow for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not reading all that much. And I keep thinking, go to bed earlier, Kim, because you know you want to. But it's kind of getting to a point now where it's picking up, and I think she's getting ready to start making some major discoveries in the crime. Okay, so I've been reading that. I'm dying. I really need to start the one that I loaned from the library, the thriller that I got off of What Shall I Read Next?
I'm going to start that one.
I haven't started that one yet because I wanted to finish Maisie Dobbs. I thought I was closer to being done, but I'm not. But my other one that I have to give a nod to because my little granddaughters were talking about this book, or Millie was, I guess, and Sarah talked about it because she read it, is Snow and Rose, which I went and bought because, okay, it's heavy. It's such nice.
It's really nice printing. It's
The pages are thick. It's got a nice book jacket. The pictures, you guys.
Yeah, the author illustrated it herself.
I mean, I feel like I'm just like a child again. The other picture I was going to show.
Mimi's talking about Snow and Rose. You want to come in?
It's just, it's just like a fairy tale. It's just, it's cool. But look at, this is their little friend that they find, Evo.
Yes.
But look at all those mushrooms. He's a mushroom farmer underground. I don't know. It's a very sweet book, and it's not hard at all. The only thing is I only read it when I'm in the bathroom, and I have to remember to bring my glasses into the bathroom because I can't read without them. And I try not to bring my phone in there anymore so that when I go in the bathroom, I'm reading my book.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
I'll probably make that rule for myself too.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm reading Snow and Rose, and I am enjoying it. I did listen to her. I'm in the middle of one of What Shall I Read Next episodes. I'm listening to one right now. I haven't finished it, but one of the books that the reader that she's interviewing talks about, and I thought, I want to reread that book. I read it so long ago. It's 84 Charing Cross Road. Have you ever read it? It's an epistolary letter format, and I remember loving it when I read it before, and it was one of the person she's interviewing's favorite books. And it's a book about books, and it's a book about a woman in New York right after World War II who loves books, and she can't be bothered to go down to the bookstore to look for books. So she starts ordering books from a bookseller in England who's under post-World War II rationing. There might have been still some rationing happening in America, and she writes to him, and he writes back, and they strike up this just a friendship. I don't think there's ever anything romantic. I think he's married or something, but 20 years go by. They have this friendship by mail for 20 years, and it has to do with books. And apparently, I don't remember this, but apparently she's very, very witty. The American woman is very witty. And so I thought, I might look for that book too to come up. It's not very long. But she also had a couple of not young adult, but middle grade, which I thought I've never heard the distinction. Recommendations that sounded really interesting too. I can't remember where they are right now, but I'll let you know if I read them. But one of the things that I found very interesting in this interview is that this woman that she's interviewing is probably, I think she's got little kids. So she's a younger generation. She's, probably a little bit younger than you. And she talks about not liking as much young adult books as she does the middle grade books. And I don't know the technical age gap is, but one of the things that she talks about, which so made sense to me, is that the young adult books tend to be, all books have something hard in them, right? I mean, there wouldn't be a storyline if there wasn't something hard. But the young adult books are more negative and are less hopeful, which to me, but the middle grade books, most of the, I mean, this is not always, but most of the time end on a hopeful note. And and I thought, that makes total sense. And it also, when we hear about teen suicide being on the, it's been on the rise for a long time. And I think, they don't have any hope. And they don't have any hope in what's going on in the world. But if they're reading young adult books that also are not hopeful, that don't prepare you for hard things in your life, when you know what I mean? They don't have any knowledge on how to navigate the hard things. Yeah. It just really resonated with me. I thought, that makes a lot of sense to me, that could be.
I think that's true. I definitely always prefer middle grade, which I think is like 5th through 8th grade. Yeah. The age range that I picture when I think about middle grade. Young adult books hardly ever appeal to me. I feel like they deal with darker content. They tend to be cynical, or
yes,
not always, but or just darker. And if I'm looking for a darker book, I'm probably going to read like a adult fiction book than a young adult. And maybe that'll change as my girls move into that young adult stage as they get older. Maybe we'll be able to dive in and find more young adult books in that genre that are worth reading. But so far, I mean, and plus my age range of my kids is middle grade-ish. So that's what we read a lot of. But it will be a particular challenge for me to help them find young adult books. And maybe we'll just skip it and move right towards adult type. Because I think that classic books can be adult books, but they can be enjoyed, like Jane Eyre or some of those, Dracula. Those things are adult books. Yeah. You could read them as a young adult. I
think if you tend towards the fantasy genre, maybe you're going to have less of the commentary on everyday crap,
Well, sometimes those have a lot of sexual content or violent content in the young genre. So
that don't end up on a hopeful note. And not that everything has to be sunshine and roses, but I'm not one that wants to watch a movie that's going to end on a negative note. I just don't. I'm not going to waste my time.
Or if the bad is portrayed as good, that's always a big question mark for me. I don't mind difficult content, but when it's construed as positive, then that's when I start to have questions. Let's think about that one a little bit more. So
and it's okay maybe to read and to talk about as a family, but
we're not super restrictive about our reading at this point. I usually just keep tabs on it because I think that's good. I think that conversation is more important than restriction most of the time. Anyway,
so that's what I'm reading. Anyway, and that's a very interesting podcast. If you guys are looking for a book podcast, I really do like it.
It's What Should I Read Next, and it's Anne Bogle, and she has a couple books out herself, which you might enjoy. They're nonfiction books about reading and books, I think.
Yeah, she's got
I haven't read them.
A reading journal coming out in September that you can order. And I have to say, not every episode is my cup of tea. I mean, she interviews readers from all across the board on what they like and don't like. So I'll sometimes start one and think, I don't think I'm going to resonate with what they're looking for. So I kind of go by the title too, because she kind of has a title for each episode, and you can kind of get a feel for maybe what they're going to talk about. But it is very interesting. And she also has a podcast of her own called One Good Book.
Oh yeah, that's a new one that she started after.
Just about what she's reading.
Yeah, and she just puts out one good book each episode. I haven't listened to that one as much. She also has a summer reading guide every year, and you can look back at the old years. And I get a lot of readings, just pretty sure that she's the reason I read, what's it called? It's by Kazuo Ishiguro, and it's about a man in England as the lords and ladies were disintegrating. What's that book called? I can't remember now. Anyways, I love that author and have read, have several of his other books on my shelf, but I'm pretty sure she's the reason because I was listening to her and she was recommending it or somebody was talking about it. Anyways, I've gotten so many great, The Remains of the Day. That's the name of the book.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, I love that book so much. But he has But I just credit Anne Bogle with a lot of expanding my reading world to like try new things, and I love that. So
her website is The Modern Mrs. Darcy.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting website. She's very active on it, lots of interesting articles. If my work would slow down enough that I could actually spend some time looking at it while I'm on hold and stuff, I would probably read more. But she does have a summer reading list, and I think she does every year.
Right. And I used that this year to kind of try and find some new books to try, but I don't know if I really did because I had a lot.
I know. So you got your girls giving you recommendations. If you have books that you're reading, please let us know, because we have our GoodReads page.
Yeah.
That Sarah's been uploading books to.
So give me suggestions that are good. I'll put them up, and I'll add a couple this week. I won't add this one though.
Probably stay.
That one.
Really want to get that speech therapy book so I can take my praxis test. No, so I might put Maisie Dobbs down and just start that other book. Dad said it's not a very big book and it goes pretty fast once you get about partway through.
Probably, if you have it from the library, you should.
And there was no holds on it, so I probably could renew it one time. But I think when you renew an audiobook in our library system, you only get it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how long an audiobook is in general. I never do it. He put it on my Kindle for me. He did it for me.
Have to ask him.
Yeah, he should know. But yeah.
Well,
I have a pretty quiet but kind of a sad week. Sam reading. July is never going to be my favorite month. Early August now. You ruined it. I think he told me, we were talking, I said, I am excited for you, and you need to do this, and I don't want him to ever think that I wish that he wouldn't go and that I was holding him back. I said, I just know that I'm going to miss you a lot. And he goes, I know. He said, and I think I'm going to be homesick for a while when we leave. I said, you will, and that's okay. I said, I was too. Once the excitement of moving wore off. Yeah. You're kind of excited as an adventure, and then you get to where you're going and life settles in, and then,
Yeah.
You realize.
And it's kind of hard because it doesn't feel like it's normal yet.
But I do think, and I told my son's wife's mom last night that I think it's good for married couples to sometimes be away from their families in the beginning. It causes them to rely on each other more than running to home. Yeah. And it'll be fine. I think it'll strengthen their marriage in a lot of ways. I look at my sister and I think that was a big difference between her first marriage and my marriage. So it's a good thing. It's just a bittersweet thing. And it goes along with that old adage that as a mom, you're working yourself out of a job. Yeah. So it will be fine. I will be over it in about a month. Yeah. Or 2 or 3. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything else.
Me either. So thank you for joining us to chat with us and get lots of Biscornu ideas.
Yes. The Zoom meeting. Email us if you're interested in getting the link.
Yes.
Biscornu. Send us your Biscornu progress pictures. Please.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them. Everybody else wants to see them too.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's really fun. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
A really great week and beginning to your August.
Yep. Happy stitching. Bye.
ready?
I'm ready.
All right, are we ready? Let's go.
Ready.
Like normal human beings. Don't pick your nose.
Face.
I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm gonna cut you guys out if you do me.
You're goofy, you're out.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Rosie, I don't know what that smile is, but it's scary.
Okay, stand up and look like normal.
And Millie, you look really scary when you make faces